Hello, sports fans. I'm Sage with SportsBrosWorld.com. Just here today to give you my Sage 7. These are my top 7 sleepers at first base for your 2015 Fantasy Baseball Draft. Go through kind of from top to bottom. I'll start at the top. This guy is definitely no surprise, but I put him as a sleeper because I think next year we're going to be talking about him going as one of the probably top 3 or 4 first basemen off the board. Probably in the 5 to 6 range right now. Get him early and enjoy everything he brings to you this year, and that is Rizzo. For Chicago, he is steadily better and better each year. He has the best lineup he's ever had around him. He's going to get plenty of balls to hit. If this guy stays healthy, he's going to be their everyday first baseman, and he is, like I said, in my opinion, going to be picked in the top 3, maybe 4 picks of first baseman next year. Hopefully he shatters my expectations and you all love me. Number 2 on my list is Lucas Duda. I really love this guy. Fences are moved in at Citi Field, better lineup around him. They finally have pretty much committed to this guy. He is the first baseman. I was a little worried when Kadire came in, but word around the water cooler is Kadire is there to play right field only, pretty much, and maybe a few games here and there if Lucas Duda needs a day off here and there. So I think this guy stays healthy. Lucas Duda is going to slowly become the face of that franchise as David Wright gets older. Number 3 is Adam LaRoche. They brought this guy to the White Sox for a reason. He's going to be playing. They're going to find a spot for him. I really think Abreu is going to be DHing there. Sucks for you guys that are fantasy keepers. Shout out to Timbo Slice there. Abreu is definitely a good keeper, but if you're in a league where defensive stats count, it's going to suck because I think Adam LaRoche is going to be playing a lot of first base. The guy's fielding percentage is just incredible his whole career. He's a strong bat. They spent the money on him for a reason. He'll be playing a lot. Look for him to go, I would say, depending upon your league, he's going to be probably your number 2, maybe number 3 first baseman. But if you have that utility spot, that infield spot, he's a starter every week, I would imagine. So keep him in mind. Next one is Matt Adams. Again, this guy is a steady progressor. He has been slowly developing, having a decent career. After some trades, he is pretty much going to be their first baseman. So St. Louis has a decent lineup. They do every year pretty much. And I think he's going to be a bat in the middle of that lineup. Going to have a lot of RBI opportunities. Keep him in mind. Draft him before your opponents. Next on my list is a guy people kind of forgot about because they had a bad year last year. Boston Red Sox, Mike Napoli. Mike Napoli, word around the cooler in the offseason, he had some sleeping issues, sleep apnea. He had a surgery, and I think, if you're not getting sleep, you're not performing well at your job, period, I think. So, chalk last year up to being in a bad situation, sleep deprivation, and, a team that wasn't going anywhere last year. I think his bat's going to be back. He's probably going to be batting 5th or 6th, depending upon what lineup they throw out there. But he's going to be batting right behind Ortiz, Hanley Ramirez, and maybe the Kung Fu Panda. Him and Sandoval, I think, will share that 5th and 6th all year, depending upon what bat's hotter. Again, going to score some runs. He's their everyday first baseman. I don't see why he wouldn't be out there. He's ranked a lot lower around the world here that I've seen than I expect him to be at the end of the year. Look out for Mike Napoli. My number 6 is Eric Hosmer. Eric Hosmer is a guy that can steal a base, too. It's hard to find a kind of 5-tool first baseman. Doesn't hit for power like the other guys I've mentioned, but will have plenty of RBI opportunities. He's going to have a ton of doubles. He's going to, throw a few home runs in there. But this guy's a singles machine. He's definitely going to steal you a base occasionally, too. Good batting average. I see him staying steady, and I think his rank and off the board draft day, what he's going for is way low. I really think this is a guy you should look at to stash as a backup plan, or maybe that infield utility spot, what have you. Last on my list is a guy came up with a little bit of a star. Everybody was ready for him to perform down in Houston. Singleton is, I think, going to be their first baseman. They've invested money, they've invested time, they've hired hitting coaches for this guy who struggled last year. I absolutely think they're doing that for a reason. He was tearing it up in Double-A and Triple-A. He got to the majors, and it's like he had stage fright. But every ball he hit was a long double or a homer. But the problem is he didn't hit that many balls. I think hiring the hitting coach, getting everybody on board, he is going to be there pretty much every day first baseman. They've already put Carter as their DH. I imagine Gaddis is going to be playing left field and occasionally catcher here and there. So look for Singleton, John Singleton, to produce this year. And that's a guy that might even go undrafted in a lot of leagues. So keep that in mind. Anyway, there's my Sage's 7 picks for first base, 2015 sleepers. Look for several other updates on our weekly podcast. We already went through our first base rankings. I'm trying to keep up with my sleepers. So if you have any questions, feel free to email us, tweet us, chat with us, whatever. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Follow us, like us on Facebook. Check out the podcast weekly. Go check out the Sports Bros World website. That's about it. You guys know the routine, and I'll be back next time with my sleepers in the position for catcher. See you then.